A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant political development for Moldova, pro-Western President Maia Sandu has successfully secured a second term in a closely contested presidential runoff against a Russia-friendly opponent. The election, held on Sunday, was marred by allegations of Russian interference, voter fraud, and intimidation, raising concerns about the integrity of the electoral process in this European Union candidate country. With nearly 99% of the votes counted, Sandu emerged victorious with 55% of the vote, as reported by the Central Electoral Commission, CEC, while her rival, Alexander Stoyanoglu, garnered 45%. Stoyanoglu, a former prosecutor general backed by the pro-Russia Party of Socialists, had campaigned for closer ties with Moscow. Sandu's victory marks a significant relief for her pro-Western government, which has been a strong advocate for closer ties with the West and Moldova's aspirations for EU membership. Moldova, you are victorious. Today, dear Moldovans, you have given a lesson in democracy, worthy of being written in history books. Today, you have saved Moldova, Sandu declared after her victory was confirmed just after midnight. She went on to accuse external forces of launching an unprecedented attack on the electoral process, citing schemes involving dirty money, vote buying, and electoral interference orchestrated by hostile entities and criminal groups. You have shown that nothing can stand in the way of the people's power when they choose to speak through their vote, she added. Prior to the final vote count, Stoyanoglu expressed his belief that every voice deserved respect and called for an end to the hatred and division that has been imposed on the nation. However, it remains unclear if he has publicly commented on his electoral defeat. The voter turnout for the election stood at over 1.68 million, accounting for approximately 54% of eligible voters, according to the CEC. Notably, Moldova's large diaspora played a crucial role in the election, with more than 325,000 voters casting their ballots, predominantly in favor of Sandu. In the first round of voting held on October 20th, Sandu received 42% of the votes but failed to secure an outright majority against Stoyanoglu. The presidential role in Moldova carries significant powers, particularly in foreign policy and national security, and the term lasts 4 years. The recent elections were overshadowed by serious allegations of vote-buying schemes and voter intimidation. Instead of the overwhelming support Sandu had anticipated, the results revealed significant weaknesses in Moldova's judiciary and its ability to protect the democratic process. On election day, Moldovan police reported having reasonable evidence of organized transportation of voters, which is illegal under the country's electoral code. They indicated that investigations were underway regarding air transport activities linked to Russia, Belarus, Azerbaijan, and Turkey. The Foreign Ministry also reported that polling stations in Frankfurt, Germany, and Liverpool and Northampton in the UK had been targeted by false bomb threats, which were intended to disrupt the voting process. Stanislav Sikrierer, the president's national security advisor, voiced concerns about massive interference from Russia, warning that it had the potential to distort the election results. He further revealed that Moldova's national voter record systems were under attack from coordinated cyber attacks aimed at disrupting connections between domestic and overseas polling stations. Moldova's Prime Minister Doran Rasian condemned the situation, stating that voters across the country received anonymous death threats via phone calls, which he described as an extreme attempt to intimidate voters in the former Soviet Republic. Following her own voting experience in Chisinau, Sandu remarked, "Thieves want to buy our vote. Thieves want to buy our country. But the power of the people is infinitely greater." Christian Cantor, an associate professor of international relations at Oakland University, stated that regardless of the election outcome, geopolitical tensions would likely escalate, especially with the upcoming legislative elections in 2025. He emphasized the need for Moldova's law enforcement to enhance resources and training to effectively combat voter fraud and create an environment where vote buying would face swift consequences. Young voters, such as 21-year-old economics student Savlina Adasan from Bucharest, expressed their desire for a European future for Moldova, highlighting the opportunities and development that could arise from such a path. Since 2021, a pro-Western government has been in power in Moldova, and the next parliamentary election is scheduled for 2025. Observers warn that Moscow may target the upcoming vote. Following Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022, Moldova applied for EU membership, achieving candidate status in June of that year, and negotiations for membership are set to begin in summer 2024. This significant westward shift has strained relations with Moscow. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen congratulated Sandu on her victory, acknowledging the challenges she faced during the election. As the dust settles from this pivotal election, Sandu's administration is now tasked with preparing for fresh elections next year, while ensuring the preservation of democracy in Moldova. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.